Baruch Hashem, we have the zchut to meet some really, really nice people, righteous people that are looking for the truth. And, when some of them don't know much, and as soon as they find out, they change. One of my students sent me a message just a day or two ago, and she said she wanted to let me know that she's part of these different women groups. Tehillim and all types of Shurei Torah and so on, different groups that she's part of on WhatsApp. And she said, you wouldn't believe how many women have changed by just watching the short clips that you make about Kisui Rosh. Women took off their wigs and put a scarf or a hat on, just from watching a 5-10 minute clip. I said, what do you mean, women? She goes, you have no idea how many women are doing it, because none of them knew. None of them ever looked at it that way, that by wearing a wig, number one, you're playing with a safek, you're playing with a major, major doubt that it's avodah zarah. According to our research, it's 100% avodah zarah, unless it's fake hair. Number two, you're playing with a major safek of whether it's even permitted at all, because all of the major rabbis that have mentioned that it's permissible didn't talk about today's wig. They talked about wigs from 100 years ago. The two don't look the same. No one permitted any wigs that were created over the last 15 or 20 years. So, and last but not least, the only woman in the entire Torah that's mentioned showing her hair, exposing her hair, is the Sotah. The wayward woman, the woman that's being accused of cheating on her husband. So why would you want to look like her? And this is one of the things that each and every single one of us has to ask ourselves every single day. Before you leave your house with your tank top and shorts, before you leave your house with your mini skirt, before you leave your house with your tight pants, before you leave your house with no kippah, before you leave your house with the long wig, before you leave your house. We're not even talking about learning. We're not talking about praying. We're not talking about that. We're talking about just basic look. You as a human being, you as a Jew. Before you leave your house, just think about this for a moment. Before you kiss the mezuzah even, think about this for a moment. If the horn from Yerushalayim would sound at that moment, Mashiach is here. Mashiach is here. Eliyahu Navi came, he says he's showing up now. He's here. Would you want to look that way? Would you want to meet the Mashiach looking the way you do, with the 3 feet long wig, with the extra tight dress so it could show your figure, with your tank top and your short pants? Would you want to look like that? If the Mashiach showed up now, say, hey, Mashiach, how are you? What do you think of my tank top? It has Nike on it? What do you think of my big hat? Some people wear these baseball caps. They're extra big. They wear extra big. They want to look, like they just came from some rap video. They have an extra big hat, baseball hat, and it's brand new. And they want to make sure that you know it's brand new, so they leave the sticker on it. They leave the sticker on the hat, so you make sure you know it's new. And they don't even bend the hat. They make sure that it's flat, so you know it's new, chadash, fresh. And they make sure it's extra big, so you know that there's a hat on their head. Don't miss that there's a hat on their head, so it's extra big. It's bigger than their head. And they switch it, and they tilt it a little bit to the left or to the right to make sure you know, hey, maybe this guy just came out of a rap video. Maybe he's 50 Cent. Maybe this is DMX coming back, doing a comeback. It's a little lighter, but hey, you never know. And they wear this hat, and they make stupid videos on the internet. So you ask yourself a question when you're wearing that silly hat with the extra size and the sticker on it. Mashiach was here right now. You going to wear that hat? And say, hey Mashiach, Melech Mashiach, what do you think of my hat? Now, I'm not saying everybody needs to wear black and white. I'm not saying anybody needs to wear any color. What I am saying is, do you look respectable enough to be called a Jew? To be considered the son or daughter of the King of Kings? Can people tell? Or do you look like 7.5 billion people? Would you want to look like that when the Mashiach is here? Because he's around the corner. In case you didn't recognize, he's around the corner. So that's one thing we have to ask ourselves. So now, some of these righteous women did not know that the Sotah is the only one that showed her hair in the Torah. And they said, well, you know what, listen. I'm trying, the whole concept of the wig is not because I like the wig. It's because I like Hashem. And someone told me that I should wear a wig. But obviously, why would I want to look like a Sotah? Why would I want to look like a single woman? I'm married. Why would a married woman want to look like a single woman? Were you still looking? Just in case? Why do you want to look like a single woman? You know how many Bachurei Yeshiva, they go to weddings for their friends getting married, and they also look for Shidduchim. And they keep pointing at different women, saying, oh, what about her? Do you know her? Oh, hey, buddy, she's married. What do you mean she's married? She's married. How'd you not know she's married? Well, I don't know. She looks like she's single. What's the main thing that distinguishes a single woman and a married woman in the Jewish world? Head covering. That's it. So when a single woman and a married woman look the same, it's Maaseh Satan. Maaseh Satan. This is the work of the Satan himself. Even Rav Elyashiv, Zecher Tzadik V'Kadosh Livracha, said this is a very, very difficult decree and gzerah on Am Yisrael when they don't get out of this wigs situation. Because even when you show them that it's Avodah Zarah 100%, still they find excuses. No, there's one crazy rabbi that said that the Lubavitcher Rebbe was a mashiach while he was still alive. He was still alive in the 1980s, and some rabbi that was his Talmid apparently said, no, he's the mashiach. Okay, but if he's the mashiach, okay, tigal otanu, you know, yalla. If you're mashiach, no, yalla, bet mikdash, korbanot, no war. If you're mashiach, no. So he came out with a book saying the Lubavitcher Rebbe, it's still alive, is a Mashiach. Lubavitcher Rebbe said, no, don't publish this. Don't publish this. Why? Because he's not the Mashiach. So this person came out and said, no, wigs are allowed. So you're listening to that opinion. This is what your Olam Haba is depending on. The opinion of someone who said that the Lubavitcher Rebbe is the Mashiach while he was still alive. And the Lubavitcher Rebbe himself disagreed with. So this is what your Olam Haba is depending on. So Mashiach, the real Mashiach shows up. You say, oh, I listen to this rabbi. What do you listen to this rabbi? This guy's shoteh. He's drunk. What are you listening to him? Your Olam Haba is depending on this. You look like the Sotah. You look like a single woman. Or the wayward woman. This is what your Olam Haba is. This is the way you want to see the Mashiach. So, Baruch Hashem, when people that are looking to do the will of Hashem, they hear these things. It's very easy. It's very simple things. It's not chidushim. It's not like some innovation that I came up with. It's nothing. This is all things you already know. Just never thought about it that way. It was not as sharp. It was not as loud. It was not as much in your face. But now it is. And when they hear it, oh, you know what? Makes sense. Even if there's 1% chance that it's wrong to wear a wig. Avodah Zarah, not tzanua, not modest, a million other reasons. 1%. Are you really willing to put your entire Olam Haba for that wig? So everybody thinks that you're single still? So that's the problem we have today.